It began in one country, but spread rapidly across an entire region. Mass uprisings that became known as the Arab Spring. Dictators fell, countries were reshaped, and lives transformed. The trigger was in this small town in Tunisia. In December 2010, police confiscated a street vendor's produce because he refused to pay them a bribe. Unable to recover his only means to a livelihood, Mohamed Bouazizi set himself on fire. His despair was echoed by many Tunisians who complained of poverty, inequality, and corruption. Soon, millions were on the streets demanding change. In a matter of weeks, President Zain al-Abidine Ben Ali fled to Saudi Arabia. It was the first time a leader of an Arab state was forced out by a popular uprising. Other Arab nations shared some of Tunisia's problems, and inspired by the events there, anti-government protests spread like wildfire. From Morocco to Yemen, millions rose up to call for democracy, greater social freedoms, equality, and justice. But the outcomes in each country have varied. Some, like Tunisia, transitioned to a democracy. In others, like Egypt, there was a counter-revolution and a return to authoritarianism. In the worst cases, Libya and Syria, the uprisings developed into brutal civil wars. A few protesters have expressed regret for taking to the streets, lamenting that their lives were better before the revolution, even if it meant living under a tyrant. Tunisia is often presented as a success story, but a decade later, many of its citizens say they've seen few improvements.
There have been no changes after the revolution. On the contrary, things get worse every day.
I'm a friend of Mohamed Bouazizi. May his soul rest in peace. He got angry and he burned himself. We stood by him, we fought for our social situation, but nothing has changed until this moment.
The optimism at the beginning of the uprisings was eventually crushed by war, mass displacement, and the return of despots. Observers have described the aftermath as the Arab winter. Hyder Abbasi, Straight Talk.